Hello and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Stepford County Railway. My name is Wizzy, you can also call me Wizzy, and today you might be wondering why I'm not starting on the home screen. Or the main screen of this game, rather. And there's a reason for that. The reason being is because I have brought my avatar back to basically a throwback avatar. And, well, you can't see it right now because I'm actually doing some camera trickery hiding behind this tree right here. So if I do this, here's my avatar. So the reason, and we're going to get into driving some trains here in a little bit, but the reason why I'm throwing it back to this avatar here, unfortunately, there's no way to do the old style actual avatar with like the straight legs, straight arms and everything. Apparently that doesn't exist anymore, which is kind of a bummer in a way, but it is what it is. Now the reason, like I said, we are throwing it back to this is because, if I change screens for a moment, okay, so here is my profile. And of course, this is how basically it used to look. If we scroll down for a moment, this weekend, so today is, well, I'm recording this on Monday actually. So as of me recording this, it is currently the 25th. But as this is going to go up, it is the 28th of August. And obviously 2 days from now, which will be Saturday, it will be the 30th of August. And if you look at my join date, I had created this Roblox account just about 17 years ago. Which to me is absolutely wild to think about. That it's been that long since I first started playing Roblox. So we're going to get back into Roblox. And that's not how I meant to do that, but whatever. That might have looked a little funky, actually. Yeah, that does look a little funky. Let me do this. This is how I meant to do it. There we go. Anyways, so as you might be able to tell, I am shown as a VIP on the server, and I don't have the player list up. And that is because, when we go back to the menu, you'll see that I actually have every position available, or whatever, dispatchers, guards, signalers, and that is because I'm in a private server. Well, my own server, rather. So, and the reason for that is because we're going to be driving the noob train, the class 357. I say the noob train because that's the train, as I mentioned last week, that is free to everyone. And it is one of two free trains. Well, it used to be the only free train, but it's now one of two free trains. This is the free train for Connect. This is the free train for Metro. And everybody hates the 357 because it is the free train, and new players, I know I've explained this before, but new players generally drive this train. And they don't generally know how to drive the trains properly. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing a private session this time. Next episode, we will go back to the normal session. Although it might be a bit crowded because next episode we're going to do Metro. But anyways, I'm going to scroll down. We're going to start with RO24. Actually, I didn't need to start down. Stepford Central, Llyn-by-the-Sea, but we're actually going to do Llyn-by-the-Sea first, or start at the Llyn-by-the-Sea end, so we're going to do the Northshore Depot. Now, as we're doing this, you may also be wondering, or thinking possibly, hey, didn't you play Stepford County Railway last week? And yes, I did. And I am going to be continuing to play Stepford County Railway right now. I'm going to actually open this up because you can see any sort of disruptions that pop up. So the reason why I'm going to continue playing Stepford County Railway is because I'm currently suspending the British County Railway, or British Railway rather, series. And the reason, there's actually a couple reasons for that. One is because I still don't really have the routes basically created / listed on my spreadsheet, so I don't really know which routes we have done and which routes we haven't done. I'm pretty sure the routes that I've done in the videos I have not done yet, but it's hard to keep track. So I don't really want to repeat routes unless I absolutely have to, kind of like what I do here with Stepford County Railway. The second reason is because the map isn't as extensive as this one, with the number of services, branches, and stuff like that. So, and because there are no actual routes, which kind of goes along with the first point, it is hard to keep track of. So, I feel, I'm not really feeling it at the moment either. But I will get back into it if there's any updates. And, or once I get the basically route list set, so I can start keeping track of the routes that I have or haven't done. But that's going to be quite extensive to do, because when you first select a route to start, it's basically you're just selecting a starting point and an ending point. I mean, you kind of do that with this anyways, but this one you actually have the routes listed. So you select the route and then you select where you want to start, and that's basically it. You can choose a direction from there. Whereas with British Railway, you select where you want to depart. Or actually, no, you select the station that you want to terminate at, or you want to go to, basically. And then you select the depot, kind of like what you do in this game. But once you get to the depot, I mean, of course, kind of like this game, you have different routes you can choose, but it varies once you terminate. So once I terminate, let's say at Millbridge, the routes or the stations that I can then go to from Millbridge, or that I have available to Millbridge, might be different than the route or the stations that I had available when I was first joining the game, or when I was first loading in, if that makes sense.
The train now standing.
Whereas this one, you're already on that set route. You can change the routes, of course, but it's always the same routes that you can select when you first start.
Northshore.
And then, of course, it depends, with the British Railway, depends on whether you're going to be intercity, regional, semi-fast, empty, or shuttle, of course. And some routes that you were able to previously do, you might not be able to do again, or whatever. Because I know I've done the shuttle routes before, and I got to one station and the route that I was just on, I couldn't select anymore. I had to select a different shuttle route. I think. I don't know, I can't remember. But anyways, so I gotta go and do all that, whatever. I mean, I know they have a wiki that might be able to help me with that, but it's just, it's a lot. So that's why I am basically not, or that's why I'm suspending Roblox British Railway, that series right now. So this series, whereas it was alternating with the British Railway series, which made this series basically bi-weekly, is now going to be weekly. Well, I'm going to attempt to make it weekly as best as I can. Of course, there might be some weeks where there aren't going to be any episodes, but or any video rather.
Northshore.
Oh, and one thing, I'm looking at my spreadsheet and I was looking at down at the bottom right corner as well. And one thing I do want to point out too is this game has been updated to version 2.2.5. Now the only thing that's been updated for this version is that I think it was the class 350 had been updated or upgraded. And that's basically it. For both Airlink, I think it was, and Connect. So, but I do need to note that down, and obviously in my spreadsheet.
Shortly be arriving at Northshore. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Anyways, I know that intro was kind of, I wouldn't really say scuffed or anything. It was just kind of extensive. I guess that could be a word we could use for that.
Westercoast, Faymere, Edgemead, Leighton City, Leighton.
This is, I think, a 4-car train.
Rocket Parade, Walton Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton Bridge, Benton.
Let me see.
Coxley,
357. Yeah, it's a 4-car train.
Stepford East, and Stepford Central. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
Starry Lock.
I know I don't need to do this view, especially since I am the only one in this server, but I still like doing this anyways. But yeah, anyway, this avatar that I currently have on, even though it changes your shirt, if you have these sorts of avatars. This avatar I did not have at the beginning of my, or when I first started playing Roblox, but I think I got to this avatar not too long after. But I know it's only it's only 17 years, which is still a long time. But it's not like a major milestone or anything for an anniversary. But I've never really done any anniversary stuff before on here. And that's one thing I do want to kind of do more. Like channel anniversaries and stuff like that.
Walton Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton Bridge, Benton, Coxley.
But yeah, of course, I know I've mentioned it before, but Roblox has changed. Of course, over 17 years, it's going to change a lot. And it has changed a lot. Of course, it's gotten to be so much bigger now than it was when I first started. Now, I think Roblox started, what, in like 2000, was it 2007? I don't know, let me see. So September 1st, 2006. I was almost going to say 2006. So, yeah, Roblox wasn't even 2 years old yet when I joined.
Stepford Central.
Yeah, when I joined.
The next station is West Wyvern.
What I might do, because I know the logo has changed a couple times since then. So I think for this video, I am going to change the, because I do have the Roblox logo in the thumbnail. I think I'm going to see if I can find the logo from 2008.
Will shortly be arriving at West Wyvern. Please mind the gap between
We are coming in way too fast.
45. Stepford Connect.
We are probably going to be skipping this station from what it looks like.
Newcastle. Wester Coast. Fairley.
Yep. It's because I wasn't paying attention. Well, we got a couple miles before the next station now, so... Yeah, so there's like a logos Wikipedia or wiki sort of thing. And they do obviously have the logo that was used in '08 when I joined. And maybe I'll even throw in an anniversary special thing on the logo, I don't know.
will shortly be arriving
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
at Millcastle. Please mind the gap between the
Slow
train
down,
and the
come on.
platform.
You can do it. Come on.
Calling at Wester Coast. Fairley.
Come on.
Edgemead,
Slow down.
Leighton City. Leighton. Stepford Road. Rocket Parade. Walton Newton. Hampton Hargate. Benton Bridge. Benton. Coxley.
Alrighty then.
Millcastle.
St Helens Bridge.
This train is
Stepford
called
East.
Stepford
And
Central.
Stepford Central.
The next station
This train is formed.
I mean, we actually didn't even pass this, obviously, the sign. I wasn't going to attempt to creep up there. I thought for sure we were going to be skipping this station, or at least overshooting a lot, but nope. So we do not stop at Millbridge Racecourse then. Or Millcastle Racecourse, rather.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is Wester Coast.
Now, obviously, this is going to seem really empty, considering I'm the only one here. But that's fine. I mean, some sections like this are probably going to be fairly empty anyways. Especially if I were to join a smaller server.
Will shortly be arriving at Wester Coast.
Shoot, I'm doing it again.
Please mind the gap between the train
I'm doing it again. No.
Disconnect. Service
And I was
to
paying attention.
Stepford
It's just
Central.
there was.
Calling at Famir.
It's been a while since I've been out here, and I wasn't paying attention to the distance thing. And no. Major overshoot. Well, at least we're stopping this time, so. I forget how close those stations are. And even though when you depart at like 0.8 of a mile, it almost feels like you could get up to full speed, but then once you do get close to full speed, you basically have to start braking again. Or slowing down. And I think that's part of my problem there. And with the tunnel, the tunnel makes it harder to tell that you're getting closer. Although I can't really say anything about that because, of course, the other station I skipped completely. There was no tunnel right there, so. Although that was because I was looking on my phone for Roblox logos, so. Anyways. I don't know how many people are going to actually watch through this point anyways. Although, I was actually surprised to see one person watch the entirety of my previous Stepford County Railway video last week. And if you are watching this week, I want to thank you for watching my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe you had it on the background noise or something, I don't know, but either way, I do want to thank you for watching.
Layton, Stepford Road.
And if anybody else is watching at this point in this video, or do watch the entirety of this video, I do want to thank you as well. Because I know I've mentioned it before and I'm going to mention it again. It means more to me that people are actually watching the video more than the view counts. Like I said, I could have 100 views, but if the watch time is like 0.5 hours, then that's not... Basically, nobody's watching it at that point. I mean, that one person could be the reason for it to be a half an hour watch time. Or it could just be a whole bunch of people, or all 100 people watching like a minute of it, if that. Well, actually, no. If every person watched a minute of it, that'd be 100 minutes, which would be an hour 20. So basically, every person you'd be watching like 20 seconds.
We'll be arriving at Edgemead. Change here for services to Leighton West and Rayleigh Bay. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
But anyways, I digress. Like I said, it means more to me that people actually watch through the video. Even if it's not all the way, if it's at least a good portion of the video, then that's all that matters to me. Rather than seeing, like I said, 100 views and basically no watch time. And I can tell whether somebody's watched it all the way through or not, because like on my previous video, the watch time, even though it did show an hour, I could tell it was one person because of the big spike the point that one person watched. you can see the bar go all the way up to from the 0 to 1 hour mark. And if it's only 1 hour total watch time, then obviously it's just that one person that contributed basically the entirety of the watch time over the 12, 15 viewers that it was that watched it. Well, I say watched it, but that clicked on the video. Although one thing, I don't know if it contributes to the views or not. Because I know if you are like hovering over a video on the home page, although my videos wouldn't be on the home page, but if you were to hover on a video, I know it kind of starts playing in that little thumbnail, whatever. So I don't know if that contributes to the views counts or not. Which could, in a way, explain possibly the lack of watch times. But once again, my videos are not going to be on the homepage anyways. Well, I suppose they could be if you're subscribed to my channel. I guess, I don't know. I honestly don't know how all that works, but my guess is more than likely what's happening are people are clicking on to the videos, and then basically they listen to part of my intro and they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm already bored.
The next station is Llyn-Stepford Road.
And it kind of bums me out. Like I said, I know I keep talking about this, but it does really bum me out when I see that. When I have like, when it looks like I have like 60 views on a video, but then I click on it and the watch time is like 0.2 hours. It's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Well, like I said, it makes me so happy. Like I said, especially with like last week's video, seeing like, even though it's like 15 views, seeing that one spike up to from the 0 to 1 hour, that means everything to me on this channel. And that's part of the reason why I don't really push for, and I know I've talked about all this before, but that's why I don't kind of push for you guys to subscribe or anything. Because if you're going to subscribe, you're going to subscribe. If you're not going to subscribe, you're not going to subscribe. Me telling you guys to subscribe is not going to make you want to subscribe or not subscribe. You're going to do it on your own. And of course, I always say like the video if you enjoy, because that way, that does tell me too that you guys are enjoying my videos. That's another way for me to tell.
Stepford East and Stepford Central.
And of course, I always say that at the end of the video as well. So really, the only people who are going to hear that would be the people who watch all the way through. Unless you just skip all the way to the end to hear the outro for who knows what reason. But no, generally, like I said, it's basically going to be just the people who are watching all the way through that will hear that. I know my channel is not wicked big, although we're at like, it's like 407 subscribers now. Although I don't know where they all are. And not watching my videos, that's for sure. But in all seriousness, I mean, I do appreciate you guys who do subscribe as well, even though you may not always watch my videos.
Station is Rocket Parade.
And more than likely, it's because the videos that I do post, like this series or British Railway series, are not gonna attract that many people.
Mind the gap between the track
Which,
and the platform.
fair enough. I mean, I've been doing this YouTube thing for a while now, actually. It's been, I think, what, like 7 years now since my first video? So, and of course, I've done a lot of different videos over those 7 or so years.
Is Rocket Parade.
But the one thing that has never changed
Stepford Central.
is, well, actually, there's a couple things I've never changed. One is the way I do the videos. I don't, well, I mean, there was basically one or two series where I did do editing for the videos. And that was, well, the one series in particular was was it under the Friday Night Gaming thing? It might have been. But when I did Midnight Club 3, I did edit every single one of those videos. Well, basically every single one of those videos. And that was because if I didn't, those videos were going to be like 3 hours long. Maybe not 3 hours, but they would have been a lot longer than they were. And that's because of the amount of times I end up restarting some of those races.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to
And when I did restart, I would basically restart all the races in between.
Water Newton.
I would have the first attempt and the last attempt of each race, if I had to restart them multiple times. And that's because sometimes some of those races I would have had to redo, I feel like up to, for some reason I almost want to say up to like 13 times. Like I had to restart some of those races so much.
Water Newton.
And if they're like 5-minute races,
And
that's
the platform.
like an hour right there. So that series I did edit a lot, but
Service to Stepford
basically the way I record my videos,
Hampton
it's
Hargate,
all
Benton Bridge,
one shot,
Benton, Cotswold,
unless I end up having to
St. Helens
stop
Bridge,
the recording for some reason
and
and then resume. Then I'll edit it just to combine the two videos together. I'm not doing any other editing. There have been some other videos I had done minor editing to,
The next station is
but for the most part,
Hargate.
as soon as I press record to the time I stop recording is the time I'm constantly basically doing the video. No cuts, no edits, nothing. It's all just raw. And basically, I don't even put it into a video editing software. Like this video, as soon as it's done recording, I am basically going to YouTube and I am uploading it. Basically, I'll change the name of the file, but this raw file or video will be going straight up to YouTube. So that's one thing that has not changed since the start of my YouTube channel. Another thing that hasn't changed, and I know this may sound cheesy or anything, but is my passion for recording these videos for you guys. I do, even though sometimes I don't always feel it, which is once again part of the reason why I'm not doing the British Railway right now, and which is also part of the reason why so many of my previous video series have not gotten so far is just because I just don't feel it.
Welcome on board.
That doesn't mean that I don't want to continue recording. I do. And of course, I know I've mentioned it before. There are other video series I can do. But right now, the only series I'm doing are these Roblox series. Which is now, once again, going to be just Stepford County Railway for now. British Railway will come back at some point. And then, of course, Minecraft Monday. Minecraft has always been the one thing I've been wanting to record the entire time. In fact, my first video was a Minecraft video. But then I switched to, of course, GeoGuessr for quite a while. And of course, the GeoGuessr videos were my most watched videos. Outside of some of my other videos I've uploaded. But as far as the actual gaming content aspect of my channel, those were my most watched videos. And I know I've said it before, but I do want to start GeoGuessr back up at some point. The reason I am not right now is because of I don't want to do too much, and I'm not really able, I mean, I kind of am, but I'm also kind of not. I'm not really able to record more than the 2 videos a week. And even then, sometimes it's tough for me to even do 2 videos a week. Which is the reason why sometimes I don't have the Roblox videos going up. And I know I've mentioned this before, like last week, my number one priority for the video series, or videos, is the Minecraft series. And that's basically my bread and butter right now.
Stepford Central. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still attempt to record these videos. It's just there are going to be times where I'm not able to. Hopefully that all makes sense.
Hampton Hargate. This train is for Stepford.
Now let me see. I think that's pretty much it for being the same since me starting this channel. Of course, I still have trouble finding things to talk about. That's one thing I always have trouble with, even in real life. It's like, I just don't know what to talk about most of the time.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is Benton Bridge.
But then it's like, I say that, and then I always get thinking of something I can talk about. Like, in this instance, I know I mentioned this before as well, but I do bowl on leagues. And the bowling leagues are going to be starting back up.
Benton Bridge.
In fact,
Change here for services to Stepford Airport Central.
as of this going up,
The gap between the train and the
my Wednesday night league started yesterday. So, and then my Friday night league doesn't start tomorrow, but it starts a week from tomorrow.
7 Stepford Connect. Service to
My class,
Central.
singular,
Calling at Benton,
starts back up on
Bowden,
Tuesday.
St Helens Bridge.
This coming Tuesday,
Stepford East.
as of this video going up.
Stepford Central. This
Now, the
train is
reason why
formed
I
of
say
4
class singular is because,
Benton Bridge.
for those of you who may or may not know,
Stepford Central.
I am well, at this point,
Benton.
very part-time student. And I only have one more class remaining before I graduate. And that is the class I'm going to be taking this semester. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't take this class last semester, which would have given me, once again, 2 classes, because this class that I'm taking this semester is only available in the fall semesters. Which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So, and when I started school back up again, which was actually about the same time I actually started this channel, when I started my schooling back up again, I basically just did 2 classes a semester. I didn't do any more than that. So every semester since 2017
Shortly be arriving at.
has been 2 classes.
Change here for services to
Except for this past spring, and then of course this
Queensland,
fall semester,
Walthamstow, Newry,
which are both 1 class.
and Airport Terminal 2. Please mind the gap.
Which is
between
obviously
the train and the platform.
why it's taken me so long to get through school. Which is fine. But at my age, it doesn't really matter anymore anyways. So, I mean, even then, there's no reason to rush going through school. If it's easier for you to take your time with it, take your time. No one's saying you have to take a full load every single semester.
The next station is Coxley.
Especially if it's easier for you to not do the full load every semester. The last time I did a full load was when I went to school down in Boston. And of course, things unfortunately didn't work out down there. I did go through 5 semesters, and so basically if I'd gotten through that, I would have basically had 3 semesters remaining, but I probably would have had to retake a couple of those classes, so maybe 4 semesters.
And Stepford Central.
But due to the circumstances that I ran into, it just didn't work out, so I ended up leaving. That was my last semester down there was the fall semester of 2013. That was my last full-time semester. Then 2014, 2015, 2016, I didn't go to school at all. I worked. And then 2017, I think it was the spring semester I started, but I don't remember. And then, like I said, I've been doing 2 classes a semester since then. I've been doing a different major as well, so that's part of the reason why it's taking so long. Whereas if I was doing the same major,
Please mind the gap.
with the 2 classes a semester, I would have already been done by now. But I decided to do a different major. When I was going to school down in Boston, I was going to school for computer science.
And Stepford Central.
What I'm going to school now for is accounting. And I'm not minoring in anything, by the way. So, of course, most of the classes that I took down in Boston did not transfer. But, of course, the general The general education classes, such as English, physics, can't really think of any of the other sorts of classes, but those sorts of generic classes, the math classes, the science classes, the English classes, those obviously all transferred. But the degree-specific classes,
Loading.
obviously such as, like, I don't remember, like, one of the, like, C++ class. Obviously, that's not gonna transfer because that's a computer science specific class, and you're not going to need to know C++ for accounting. I mean, maybe it would help to know that, but obviously you're not going to use it
Will shortly be arriving.
in your accounting career.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And I also, last couple summers, have not been working either, so that's why, I mean, I could have probably done,
Stepford East and Stepford Central. This train
and that's
is
just a personal situation sort of thing. So, that's, like, so I could have probably done more videos this summer, but I was also doing other stuff too. I did have summer bowling league and everything too. And plus, with my situation still living at home,
Loading. This train is for Stepford
I'm obviously not in my own space, so that makes it a bit tough for me to record. The days that I do record, I'm able to record because I'm the only one at the house. So that's obviously makes it a bit easier to record. Obviously. So. And right now, or as of right now, I've kind of shifted the recordings ahead
Welcome on board
a little bit,
Stepford Connect.
which normally I don't really do. I'm terrible about doing. Usually I end up recording at least the same day. Well, for these videos, it's usually Mondays anyways. But sometimes it's been the same day. Well, this series, not really. Minecraft Monday series, yes, that's always been basically the same day. Although, like I said, I've been kind of ahead of schedule on that. So I end up recording this week's Minecraft Monday on Friday. And of course, today, as of me recording this, is Monday, so this will go out Thursday. And then probably tomorrow, as of this going out, I will probably record my Minecraft Monday for next week. And then Monday next week, I will record next week's Roblox Stepford County Railway video. So that's how things are going right now. But
Will shortly be arriving.
Fridays,
St. Helens
this
Bridge.
Friday basically will be the last Friday
For services
that I will be able to record.
and ferry.
Well, actually, no, I take that back because the Friday after I'll be able to record.
And the platform.
The reason why I was saying that is because with the Friday Night League starting up, I have a buddy that bowls on my team with me on Friday nights. He hangs out with me here before we bowl. But he's not going to be here that first week. So I will be able to actually record that day. But the Fridays after that I will not be able to record because I will be hanging out with him.
St. Helens Bridge. This train is for Stepford Central. The next station is Stepford East.
But anyways, so I've talked about other things of how I record these videos too. So obviously, since I mentioned that I record these videos as is and upload them, the music that you are hearing in the background, you're probably wondering, okay, if you're recording
Board this Stepford Connect
these, well, you guys might know in a way actually.
The next
Um,
station is
but some of you may or may not be confused. I don't know. If you are confused, the way I do it is I have Windows Media Player open on my right monitor, and I have my YouTube library playlist. I shuffle it several times before starting it. I always put the same song to start, which is called Mirror Mirror. And then I always use the same song as the outro. So I'll have Mirror Mirror up, bring that all the way to the top. I'll select that and play from there. The rest of the songs are shuffled. I have Blues and Fusion, which is my outro song, down at the bottom. And what I've been doing lately is because I have so many songs, there's a scroll bar. I basically bring Blues and Fusion to the bottom of the list so you can see both Mirror Mirror at the top, Blues and Fusion at the bottom, and then every song below Blues and Fusion I will basically remove from the playlist. Well, not playlist, but queue. So I won't save the playlist because otherwise those songs won't show up anymore. So that's what I do. And then when I want to get ready for the outro, I will move the song that's playing down to just above Blues and Fusion, the outro song. And if I need to, I do have media controls on my keyboard, so I'll just hit if I need to, I will do the skip button to skip to the next song. And of course, you guys more than likely know about all that because you'll hear me saying like, oh, I'm gonna move this song down. And that's what I mean by moving it down. But yeah, I have, basically for my desktop here, I have 3 monitors. I say monitors. My main monitor is actually a TV. But I have a monitor to my left, which is the smallest one. A monitor to my right, which is actually a 4K monitor. And then TV acting as a monitor in the center, which is the biggest. Which is what I actually use to play everything. So what I do is I put OBS on my left monitor, Windows Media Player on my right monitor, and then of course the games in the center monitor here. And then I also, if I have a spreadsheet up for like, let's say, my Stepford County Railway video like I do right now, I have that on my left monitor as well. And then I also have a little stream deck right here too, on my desktop that I have set up to start the music and the recording at the same time. And then I also have the unmute mic button on there, and I have a thing to where I can basically increase the volume of Windows Media Player. Stop. Okay, good. So I have a volume control for Windows Media Player. I do have the media controls on there as well for stop, start, or skip songs, or go back, whatever. But those ones I don't usually do. The stop, pause, sometimes I will, especially when I'm testing the audio levels before. So we are going to do R027 now. Wait, can we not do it with this train? Hold up a second. Okay, so this one we've done this direction on. These two, Airport Central R001. We've done that one too. I should have been able to I see something. I wonder, because I'm not seeing some of these routes. I wonder if it's because they actually moved them over to the metro line. Because I'm not seeing routes R027 through R021. I do see R026, which is specifically for the 444 and 65, or no, 68 rather. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go through and change that on my spreadsheet. But we don't really have enough time for... Well, we might have time for a short route. I don't know. Let me see. If I do... Let's go back to the 357. So... Beachley to Stepford, Victoria. We've done that. That's a 4-minute route. Layton West to Edgemead. We'd have to do another route to do that. Unless I did Edgemead. Let me see. R041. Well, I could always do it starting at the Famia Green side, but I think what I'm going to do is we're actually just going to go back and we're going to do the outro from here. So, let's go to passenger. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to go back through, like I said, go through the list of routes and update my list here. So that means there's actually less routes that we have left to do now than what we did before. So that's interesting. Stepford Central, right here. Start at the arch. Well, yeah, we'll start at the arches, I guess. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look through that, which is, like I said, interesting. You know, let's stay out here. But, anyways, so once again, we are going to, or I am suspending the British Railway video series for now, due to the reasons from what I mentioned in the video earlier. So once again, every week now is going to be just Stepford County Railway for now. I am planning on bringing British Railway back again, but once again for now it is just suspended. But anyways, so next video is going to be Minecraft Monday on Monday with some more Ocean Block 2, and then next Thursday some more Roblox Stepford County Railway. But anyways, that is just about going to do it for this video, so hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!